Another astonishing journey to Indonesia, where we'll dive back into time to discover the origins of today's aquatic equivalent of Formula One racing, the multi-hull. Here, the use of catamarans goes back as far as man can remember. A vessel entirely built by hand, this craft is in a class by itself. Let's take a good look.
On the west coast of Sri Lanka, near the Indian Ocean, is the largest fishing area of this island. It is Negombo, about 40 kilometers north of Colombo. Life in this fishing village unfolds in a simple rhythm, an ancestral tradition in which one day of fishing flows into another, a life which turns around their sailing crafts called praus. The prau is a multi-hulled vessel that's as slender as a needle, 6 to 10 meters long, and capable of carrying up to 4 men. It has an outrigger, 2 masts, one of which can pivot, and 2 symmetrical rudders which allow it to go in either direction. With its fragile appearance, the sails must be soaked with water to avoid getting too dry. The prau is a result of ancient traditional techniques and remains even to this day a superb means of transportation. Its original name, catamaring, means attached trunks. This craft is entirely built by hand. The main hull is carved from tree trunks, usually avocado, and the outrigger is a solid trunk that serves as a counterbalance. It's all connected by vines and cords that give the prow a certain suppleness that can't be found in today's catamarans. Hit by the breaking waves and buffeted by the wind, the craft overcomes the impacts by absorbing the shocks. In this way, it differs from its more refined and distinguished descendants, such as Pierre Premier, Florence Artou's multi-hulled vessel. Pierre Premier is made of a highly resistant material, ensuring virtually no structural imperfections. This guarantees a top-class performance. Instead of taking advantage of a certain suppleness, it uses the brute strength of its solid build to muscle its way through the waves, which are often a brutal force to contend with. That's why this strong yet lightweight material is used. Another feature unique to the prow is that to tack or change direction, the bow of the craft must become the stern. To do this, the sail must be attached to the other end of the hull and the rudders must be switched. Though relatively easy, the task becomes quite difficult when tried on a boat with a larger sail. A few years back, everyone was convinced that praus should be redesigned. A boat with a single weight would enable the craft to go faster. New designs were tried time after time, but each attempt proved either too complicated to perfect or unworkable. The result of these trials was unconvincing, and at last the builders returned to a more classic design. But this type of racing boat did exist. A racing boat? The Sri Lankan prau doesn't really fit in that category. Rather, it's a reliable fishing vessel. ready to leave each day for 10 hours in the high seas, or as long as it takes for the